What's up, everybody? This is Hito, and I'm here to tell you how I feel about Tenet. So this is Christopher Nolan's latest film. It's been out in the world for a little over a month. A lot of people were excited about this, myself included, and I was lucky enough to see this twice, once in regular 2D and the other in IMAX, and I really enjoyed it. This is definitely one of the most exciting films of 2020. It's a $200 million action movie, and it had everything I wanted to see in a $200 million action movie, and then some. But before getting into why I liked it, I have to say this. I think this is Nolan's worst film in a very long time. Right now, I can't quite decide if I like this or Insomnia more. Also, between Tenet and Interstellar, I don't know which one I prefer. My favorite Nolan film will always be Inception, then The Prestige, his Batman trilogy, and the rest is kind of all over the place. Obviously, I'm gonna have to see Tenet a couple more times to figure out where it ranks, but right now, my gut says it's not as good as some of his other stuff. But man, this movie is still a blast from start to finish. All the action set pieces are well done and exciting, as you would expect from a Nolan film. The car chase, the 747, the fight in the hallway, and the big climactic showdown, it was all great. The acting is really good. John David Washington is very charismatic. Robert Pattinson is having a lot of fun playing this really suave character. Elizabeth Debicki is good, and Kenneth Branagh is having a great time playing this evil Russian oligarch. Time inversion concept is very complex, but very interesting. It does take a while to understand how it works, and I have to say, on my first viewing, I understood about half of it, but that didn't stop me from enjoying the film. In fact, the confusion made me want to see it again. And when I saw it again in IMAX, I got better understanding of how inversion works and what's happening and where. And of course, the movie is shot and lit beautifully by Hoyte van Hoytema, and Ludwig Göransson's techno score enhanced the entire experience. This is a film that you have to experience on the biggest screen possible. I think IMAX is the best way to do it. If you don't have access to an IMAX theater nearby, I recommend you see it in the biggest auditorium at your go-to theater. Now, as for the flaws, I think the characters in the film are pretty terrible. They don't feel like human beings, they are simply objects. As you know, John David Washington's character is simply called the protagonist. You don't learn much about him or any of these characters. I know a lot of people have problems with Elizabeth Debicki's character. I think she does a pretty good job with the material she was given, but her action is very much defined by the men around him. This character can easily be labeled as the woman or the mother. Most of her lines are just, my son, what about my son? Oh my god, my son! We all know that Nolan is not very good at creating compelling female characters, and unfortunately, this one is no exception. For my money, Tenet is first and foremost an escapist film. Nolan wants you to have fun with it, be lost in the world he created, and experience the kind of thing that you can't see in the real world. So overall, I really enjoyed it. It's a very entertaining film with an interesting concept and crazy action set pieces. I'm definitely gonna see it again. It's the kind of film that you want to talk about with your friends afterwards, and I cannot recommend it enough, and I'm gonna give it a B+, or an 8 out of 10.
Last time it was no tennis.